Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. This is your host, David Kim. Hi, Diego. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, David. Thank you very much for inviting me.
To start off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, journey to founding Diego Meneses?
All right. Well, to all the audience, my name is Diego Meneses. I'm an industrial designer myself. And since the year 2018, together with my wife, we decided to open Diego Meneses Design. We are the design studio specialized in industrial design. So we help companies to design innovative consumer products that they can release to the market. So this is pretty much, let's say, our journey through the last 2 years since we started here. I mean, we have been in China for a while. I've been in China for 10 years. My wife for like 9 already. We actually met here in Shenzhen. She's from Russia. I'm from Colombia.
Yes, came all the way to meet together in China.
Exactly. Yeah, and the funny part is that, like many expats, we came here and we're like, maybe going to be here for, I don't know, 5 months, 1 year, and then boom, 10 years already.
Right.
So yeah, in the past 10 years, sorry, we have actually seen, the drastic changes that have gone through the city. So imagine have met people here have been for, I don't know, 20, 30 years. So they have actually seen like how a fishing village transformed into a big metropolis that is basically the high tech, heart of the entire world, especially for the consumer electronics industry.
Yeah, it's kind of Big Bang, right?
And this is actually a very interesting place to be for especially for a company like us, because not only the things that are currently happening in Shenzhen and in the Great Bay Area, but what's going to happen in the future. So there's going to be a very big and important innovation center for Asia, all the Pearl River Delta.
I agree.
That is exactly. It's going to be like the whole junction between Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and some other cities around.
Very strategic position, right? Location.
Exactly. So for us, that we are a solution provider. We're providing design solutions to companies that develop products, consumer products, right? This is an important place because for companies who are, let's say, in overseas and they are developing products in not only in China but even in Southeast Asia, we're right next to the whole supply chain, in which we're going to make the things more efficient in terms of communication, language barrier, and all these factors, right? And for those companies in China, when they want to reach overseas markets, they also come to us because we can act as a bridge. So for us, this is a very strategic place to be right now. And, depending on how the thing goes in the future, we might be even thinking about having offices in any other place around that is going to be an added value for our business.
I agree. How do you work with your client? I mean, how do you acquire the client?
So I think that for starters, the way that this business started to originate, was kind of sporadic. I was not thinking actually to open the business, just happened to be like this. When I left my last job, I have accumulated contacts and people from different, industries and background. And then it just happens that I start, basically consulting for them. And then eventually I found myself that I should actually open the company and start doing it more formally. And at the very beginning and until recently has been pretty much like word of mouth recommendations from our clients, that they see the value that our service have provided to them, and they have also recommended us to other people. Plus, the material that we post on social media, the people see the things that we do, our portfolio, website, So this has actually brought the clients directly to us. Until some point, I didn't have anyone involved in sales, so people were just coming. But now we're trying to expand a little bit more. So I'm planning some sales strategy, hiring some people, and also cooperated with some other consultants in different regions of the world. So we could expand not only our current team, but possibly in the future, you can have offices in different areas. So the way that we cooperate with our clients, we work in two ways. We work on a project basis or on a retainer basis. And it all depends on our clients, what are their needs. If you are a company that maybe needs one or two products to be designed through the whole year, I mean, there is no reason for you to have like a, cooperation under a retainer, like to have an agency basically on your payroll every month. You just pay whenever you need it. But for companies that they are constantly developing products, it makes much more sense in terms of efficiency, communication, and even like in terms of price at the end, it's really going to be much better when a company establishes a retainer, because we can work on a basic on a base of a bandwidth, right, of how many projects we can be working at the same time, anytime. And this, of course, when we have this type of corporations, make the things faster and efficient, because we don't have to be signing contracts and discussing projects and payments for every single product. They're basically kind of like part of their team, just as a consultant agency.
Yes.
And yeah, like this, actually, we can achieve even more things. Like not only the design that we provide as product or industrial design, but also we're doing things like CMF development or design strategy, that there are some other services attached to industrial design that are going to ensure that the product is going to be successful.
I see. I can feel that your service offer to a potential client, especially in the Chinese, for the Chinese manufacturing company, right? They can manufacture it to certain international quality, but that they lack the branding power or the reputation, or they haven't built trust in the international market as well. I mean, either yet, but if you can add your value to those manufacturing company, nice design, very high-end design, you can help them to take their business, service, and product to the next level. I can understand that. But typical challenge I can imagine related to your business is that once you build, successfully build a real reputation as a high-end industrial design provider in China and certain market, then after that, it'll be a very easy business for you to acquire clients, so many clients over and over again, right? What is your strategy to scale your business, acquire the new customer, and grow your business in China?
Yes, we actually, because we have clients in three main regions. We have clients in the US, in Europe, and in mainland China. So we have found, for example, that especially in the local market here in China, the way to approach clients is all about personal relationships.
Okay.
If you want to find, let's say, clients overseas,
so you cannot do the cold call, right? To through the call center.
There are channels, like LinkedIn, where you can actually approach the people, have a conversation, share information, and so on, right? But in China, it's more about that. There are very strong personal relationships here. Like this manufacturer knows this guy, his friend, his cousin, and so on. They're part of certain group or community, and you have to get to know, these people. You have to go to the same kind of meetings, festivals, whatever, and everything is based on this kind of trust that you can generate in this kind of offline settings.
Yes, so, sounds like your business model is very localized already. Right?
You
understand very Chinese way.
We're planting our roots here as well, because something that I understood, especially through the whole COVID-19, is that I cannot put my eggs into the same basket. I have to diversify. So when the whole pandemic started here in China, of course, everybody was like scared, and people were not going out, companies were closed, was the whole chaos.
Right.
But at the same time, I have clients overseas that they were still working, so we were working with them. By the time that COVID reached overseas and the thing got out of control, then we were basically in a bubble here in China, working with our Chinese customers. So this is an important thing to know, especially when you're a small business. Like the earlier you can try to diversify and find different ways to enrich your business, the better, because you never know what are the challenges you're going to face in the future. And we basically survived the whole COVID-19, and we're still standing, and we're stronger than before.
Yes. Okay. Do you have anything? show us or explain about any very successful design you created and you feel proud of, and then us any related interesting your war story? I mean,
I have a couple of things that I would like to share. Let me see if I could. If we are able to see the screen here.
Yeah.
You know, like the important thing to know is that we design consumer products, right? Because when the people think about industrial design, they might even think about industrial machinery.
Right.
But, it's important to clarify the whole thing about industrial and product design. I mean, at some point we were calling ourselves product designers, but recently, I mean, digital product designers start to call themselves product designers. The ones who develop apps or UI or UX designers, they start to call themselves product designers. So there's a whole confusion. So that's why we're also going back to the roots and calling ourselves industrial designers. But we design consumer products. Things are going to go directly to consumers, to the masses, Because when you're having an industrial machine, this is just interacting with machines, with workers, and in a factory setup, and you want to make the thing efficient and cost effective. And when you try to relate to consumers, you need to relate to them to trigger the right type of emotion, so they can purchase your products, and you can with engagement, they're gonna keep buying and buying and buying again. They will feel identified with you.
I understand.
So it's a more complex, scenario.
Yeah.
So
how about this smartphone? Which company did you work with? Can you share with us?
Yeah, this is a company from Poland. They produce outdoor smartphones and also accessories and wearables.
Is it just a cover, or it is installed?
It's the smartphone itself. The smartphone itself. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, the smartphone.
It looks very cool. How come I didn't see this phone in the market?
Yeah, it has been for a while already.
I think you should work a bigger player, bigger manufacturer like Samsung or Apple.
Well, hopefully in the future we'll get them.
Because this looks very cool. How about what is there on the bottom? I can see the white devices. What is this?
This is an air freshener diffuser. So for fragrances, we work with one of our clients, biggest clients is CTR. This is a multinational corporation, and they themselves work with brands all over the world, famous brands that they produce. They release to the market this type of products. So we're basically helping them.
Okay, in the middle, what is that? Is it the notebook bag?
This is actually we call it like mobile office bag. It's a bag that we designed in the past. Is for an iPad Pro and for a Microsoft Surface, so you can actually work directly from there. But I have some examples that I will explain a little further. But this image is just to give you an idea that we're basically covering a lot of different industries. And as you can see, like even the design language of each specific product is very different, because for us, our objective is not to push a specific design style. Our objective is to enhance the design language of the brand that we're designing for, because we
make your client to succeed, right?
Exactly. We want that the consumers see your brand, see your design language, right? Not us,
And then appeal to the consumer of your client, right?
Exactly.
I understand.
And of course, part of our process, of course, we have a lot of experimentation in our creative process. We do a lot of sketching. We actually communicate with our clients at the very beginning, our ideas through sketches, manual sketches, like right in front of them. So it's not about like it's something that we design in a bubble and then we throw the information. We actually bring the client to work closely with us, because we want to make sure that what we're exploring the best solutions for them. And as you can see, like there is a lot of experimentation that happen whenever we're designing any new product. And of course, we have the process that goes from the early sketches to the refining and to the final design. But I think that very interesting case studies that we have. I would say like something like this SlimQ charger. This is a startup from Shenzhen, from here in China.
What is this? Adapter.
Adapter. This is an adapter, a charger, right? The GAN charger, like 100 watts, this specific model. We have designed several for that.
Beside the design itself, in terms of function, what is special about this adapter?
Oh, the special thing about this adapter is that you can actually charge your computer with this. It's a very tiny charger. And
Okay.
not only charging your computer, you can charge your phone and your computer and other devices at the same time.
This is a rechargeable battery then.
No. It's just a charger. You connect
It's
it
just
to
a
a
charger.
wall.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're able to charge your laptop, your smartphone, and any other devices. You have 4 ports. This is just a slightly bigger one from the very first model that they have, that is 65 watts, which is very tiny, and it can also charge a laptop. So for them, they had a big opportunity in the market because now Apple phones and other brands, they're removing the charger from the box, right? So people need to buy a charger. But the other thing is, why, as a consumer, I need to trust your product that you are an unknown brand coming out of nowhere to charge my expensive devices, right? So we wanted to kind of highlight that their product is a premium product. It's something that not only is safe to use, has higher quality, but also has a better interaction with the people. Usually you want to interact with a charger. Chargers are always glossy, that they get scratched, and they're very slippery, very difficult to plug in and to unplug from a power outlet. So we wanted to make something more physical here. This synthetic two-tone fabric that is on the side, for example, is not only providing an extra layer for you not to feel the heat of the charger, but also certain physicality that you can feel the product, you can create a lot of grip, and even you can feel this 3D logo made out of TPU that is right on the top, right? So, plus this is something that was planned to be released in an audience that is more like a mobile office audience, that you're working on the go. So you have a lot of devices and you don't have to bring, multiple chargers. You just use one for everything. So we wanted something timeless, something that is good, looks nice now, but maybe looks nice in 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, and it's still okay, So we didn't want something flashy, we wanted something timeless. But these guys are doing really, really well right now on Indiegogo. They're putting all the products in Indiegogo because we touch the point that connect their message to the audience, and the product speak to the audience, and the audience can identify this message clearly. So this is actually a really good story. And I think that a very curious story is about this product that we designed for wheels. This is a micro mobility startup from the US, similar to Lime and Birth. So as you can see on the bottom right, this is their vehicle. It's like a hybrid between bike and scooter. It's electric, so people can rent it on
this
streets.
is electric. Oh, interesting.
Yes, yeah. So people in California, for example, they can just scan a QR code with the app, and they can rent the scooter to ride on.
So people can carry this one, the handy carry this hybrid scooter.
How so small this scooter is a sharing scooter from the sharing economy.
Sharing. Okay.
Right? Yeah. So the thing is, the regulation changed in that particular area at that point, and people could not ride these vehicles on the sidewalks, so they have to go through on the road. So it becomes already a safety issue, because if people are going to be riding these scooters without a helmet in case of an accident, anything, it's a lot of troubles.
Yeah, very interesting story.
Yeah. So of course they wanted to provide a helmet with the scooter, but the problem is no one wants to wear a helmet. Plus, if you're going to wear a helmet that has been worn by, I don't know, 100 people in a day, I mean, you have your concerns, right? About bacteria, sweat, fungus, lice, you name it. There's no confidence in that. So, but we actually helped them, because the whole business model depended on solving this particular problem: how to help or persuade the people to wear the helmet. Otherwise, they just don't ride the bike, and then you lose. Your business goes down. So what we did is we created a system for disposable liners. So as you can see inside is a pack of
that's a very creative idea. Yeah,
very thin layers of plastic. Is like 30 layers in a pack. They can change this all the time. The people who come to do maintenance to the batteries and everything. So whenever you want to go into a ride, you can peel off one layer. It goes very easily. And then you can wear the helmet. So you're not concerned about...
Excuse me. Who has the patent idea for this design?
So this is something...
Disposable liners.
This is something that we created here. It doesn't exist. It's the first of its kind. They just patented.
Yeah,
So we basically work with the client and with the supplier to almost develop the whole technology. And the cool thing here is that we could solve a problem, right? That we could persuade the people to wear the helmet and then ride the bike, but without creating an environmental problem at the end. Because you could see every layer is like a plastic bag. And places like LA, they have a lack of garbage bins, so these things are going to end up in the sewage.
Yeah.
So what we did is we're using
I can feel that you are working more than the industrial designer.
Yeah.
You are just
so what we did, we used biodegradable plastic.
Right.
So this type of plastic is bioplastic and can decompose. So we're not having that much of an impact in the environment. Yes. So, but in order to solve these problems, you really have to go 360 degrees around the challenge that you have, so you could find the best solution.
Very, very interesting. Impressive. Yeah. So instead of providing design services, you can launch the business. In fact, you have an idea, you designed it, solve the problem, and then you can. I mean, you can set up.
We could think about this in the future.
Right. Yes. Maybe. Right. In the beginning, you need to build up something, foundation, and then from there you can expand this here and there in terms of expansion.
Because for us, the whole passion is precisely to help others to understand their struggles, their challenges, and use all our expertise to provide a solution for them. And there is, a lot of satisfaction in doing that.
Yes.
So that's what we're designing for the industry.
Yeah. When you are ready to expand into that direction, let me know. Yeah.
Sure.
I can help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Actually, you can see here, this is the chart that I just show you.
Yes. Very cool.
Very tiny. Yeah. But this is the other one, the 65-watt chargers. Yeah. That also do the same. So these guys are really, I'm having a really good time right now.
How do you make money? For example, you work on the specific project with a specific client, or do you work on the retainer base? How do you charge? I mean, it's like a lawyer or the investment banker, you charge them based on time, or how do you charge money? Or the success base, if they sell something, you get the 10% of their revenue. What is the business model?
I think that there are different possibilities for monetizing, right? But I don't believe that we can just have like some special price, like when you're selling a product in the supermarket, because every project is different, every challenge is different. And sometimes you might think that the solution is very simple, but the complexity is actually in researching and providing the solution. Because people sometimes get lost in that, for example, I'm not talking about industrial design now, I'm going to talk about, for example, like graphic design. When people say like, oh, Pepsi just redesigned their logo, but it's just a very tiny change and it costs millions of dollars.
Right.
But what many people don't realize that it's not about the complexity. Sometimes it's not in the execution. It's on making sure that you find the right answers. You have to do a lot of work behind that.
Based on what I'm hearing about your business model, I think two components. For example, a lawyer, accountant, marketing PR professional, they usually charge based on the time they work on, right? For example, 1 hour, I don't know, $500, $1,000. It depends on the market, right? But your business model, nature of your services is you are enabling your client to successfully launch a new product and new design, new idea. So success is very depends on your contribution, right? Not only is this like a design appearance, right? Then is
and depends on the objectives as well.
Yes, of course. Then is one is like lawyer, marketing professional, you can charge it in the same way, right? The other way is you can get share of the revenue and profit. That's another way to be a partner, real partner in their business model, right? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So would you please describe the potential client? Because if someone watched this episode, podcast, or they listen to our podcast, somebody think that, okay, how should I work with them? I mean, is my situation, does my situation fit his business model or something like that? They may have that question. So would you like to describe the potential client you're looking for and the perfect situation where you can help?
Yeah, I think that there are, I would say, two types of clients, right? Precisely because of our location. So for those companies that they have a brand and they need to design and develop, products that they want to bring to the market to be meaningful to their consumers, right? That they really want to create an engagement with them. They want to be a step ahead of the competition. They can come to companies like us, not just because we are a very talented design agency, but at the same time, we are in a very strategic place that is next to the supply chain. Because to be honest, basically everything is made in China, right? Even if you're a brand from the US, from somewhere in Europe or Latin America and Africa, at the end, you're going to develop and produce your product in China. So what best that you could have everything working as a synchronism in the same place, so you can make the things more efficient, faster response, and you can actually ensure that you can provide a better solution. So coming to companies like us, that's a very good benefit for a brand like this, regardless if you're in the US, if you're in Europe, right? So these are, that's what I want to clarify. These are companies that have a brand and they want to design products to bring to the market. Because if you're a manufacturer, sometimes you rely on the design provider from your client, and you're just doing the contract manufacturing, right? So you don't have to deal with that. But if you're the one who has the brand and you want to release this product to the market and sell to consumers, you really need to make sure that this is going to be a good product, because remember, you're not in a bubble. The consumers in the market have many, many choices. Yes. And sometimes, for consumers, they always buy whatever is best from what they could find. But it doesn't mean that whatever they bought is what they need. Maybe they want something better. So if you can find that out, you can actually be one step ahead of the competition. And on the other hand, is for companies in China that they want to bring products with their brands to overseas markets. We could actually help them, because we understand what is to have a product going to be released in a global scale, and understanding all the cultural barriers or differences to help them to achieve that.
Got you. Because I interview a lot of founders, CEO of a startup in other continents on my on my podcast, I think it's perfect situation from the SME or startup point of view. For example, I'm running the business in Africa or Latin America, right? But it's a small company. We raised a little bit money, a few $1 million, but we need a lot of operation cash flow. But I have business idea. I have identified the needs, critical needs in the market. I came up with the business solution in terms of product and services. Let's say product, right? Which is related to you. I have a rough design concept, but it is not very sophisticated that you can create, right? Then if I reach out to you, I may have two issues. We don't have a team member. We don't have a colleague and employee who are very, very good at the designing the very high-end, cool design you can create, right? Number one, that's a number one issue. Number two issue, I cannot run the in-house manufacturing. I need to reach out the Indian company or the Chinese company, Shenzhen, right? So perfect solution from my point of view. Of course, I can reach out to you or the other design company like you in other market. And then also I contact 100 of us contract manufacturer in China and India. But since as you mentioned, you are based in the Shenzhen, heart of global center of manufacturing, right? Contract manufacturing, Shenzhen. So if you can work together in the contract manufacturing in Shenzhen and then work as a team, provided this solution to the entrepreneur, that might be a perfect solution.
Yeah, because we actually cooperate a lot with some other companies that they provide alternative services. So whenever a client needs something related, for example, to engineering, to sourcing, or even like to create visual marketing content to to later sell their products, we can always recommend, some of the partners, the people that cooperate with us. So we can actually work together as a team. And the other thing is that we don't actually design in a bubble. From the very beginning, when we're working with a client, we try to include everyone in the conversation, even since the moment that we start sketching, whether it's the supplier that is going to produce the product, whether it's the sales team that the company has, marketing, any other people who can actually provide vital information and feedback. We like to include them from the very beginning. So at the end, there are no surprises, and you can actually make sure that you're getting every single point right, and nothing is going to come in the future and bite you at the end.
I love that approach because, it's actually the success a result of collaboration, right? If you created a sexy design, sophisticated design, but their client don't like it, then it doesn't work, right? It's a waste of time. So need to collaborate with the customer, identify the taste and needs and desire of a client. Specific group of consumer. They work together and come up with this, combine the solution.
And everything is data driven,
Yes.
We need to have facts and information that they're going to justify every single detail and solution that we are providing. Because nothing here is out of, because we want to make it like this, or because you follow a trend or this or that.
That sounds even better. It sounds even better. If somebody understand what you're doing a little bit, they may think that you're a more artistic person. But if you can leverage the data and the data-driven decision, and that might be even much better than just providing artistic and cool design, right?
Yeah, and also depending on what our client needs, we can go even one step further, because let's say the main service that people know the most is industrial design, but we also have something called design strategy, in which we work closely with our clients, and kind of like the work that you could do in advance in order to create, leads, actions, and plans that could help your company to generate innovation in the long term. So whether it's creating strategies for the products or for the process itself that you're running inside your company. So we can help to optimize the processes to help you be more innovative. Then this is going to benefit everything in the long term. Sure.
Let me ask another very interesting question. I'm the entrepreneur running the startup, founder of a startup. I'm running the company. What if I approach you and make a proposal to you? I need your skill set, and I want to collaborate with you, but we don't have a lot of cash flow. So are you interested in working together with us as a partner, and then you are gaining the sweat equity?
So actually, thanks for bringing up this question. So to answer to that, there are two things that we're looking into to have clients or prospect clients that could be in a situation like this. A lot of these people, they might have, I won't say like no money at all, but they have certain budget that they better use in the development of a, let's say, working prototype or something to prove the whole concept and to later find investors, right? And a lot of these people, they actually go to crowdfunding websites like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So one of the things that we're actually looking into is to cooperate with them, and at the end, we can actually get certain percentage of their funding. So they don't have to actually invest with us at the very beginning. We can actually provide them the design and help them to somehow reach certain point that they can launch the campaign, and we could, work together and promoted it.
Post-payment, post-payment, right?
Yeah, so it will be based on the performance of their campaign. We can get certain percentage, So this is something that we're actually exploring right now. We're actually working with companies like Indiegogo precisely to approach solutions like this for companies that they are in this particular situation.
Yeah, that's a very proactive approach. But I think if you ask for the sweat equity, actually that's more aggressive. But the entrepreneur might be hesitating because giving equity here and there, it's a lot of cost for them, right? Because they need to raise money from the investor over and over again. But if you're willing to take the post-payment, like from the fundraising, that's a very, very good proposal to the entrepreneur, I think. Very flexible.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we're proposing. And the other thing is we are actually working on on an initiative with a couple of companies here in Shenzhen. It's called Design Spark. Soon we are going to know more information about it and release it online and all the social media platforms, in which we want to make an opening in which companies can submit their applications in order to win a free consultation, not only in industrial design, but also product development, all the visuals for marketing that you can, use it to promote, to launch a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign, or even put it on your website. Digital marketing with influencers. There are also companies that are involved with that, and we're all willing to volunteer for whoever is the winner. So this person would actually get a free consultations from the very beginning, from when they have the idea until they have a probably working prototype.
Yeah, sounds like you are the super flexible, so you can change your body shape, fit into your client, right? Anytime.
Yes. So this is something that we want to do actually probably once or twice a year. So it's going to be open for any small company or startup all across the world, because we understand, the struggles that many companies are facing with the whole COVID-19.
Yes.
And any way that we could help, would be a great benefit for whoever has been chosen for that. And at the same time, of course, like what it's good for us is that we get a lot of exposure, not only for my company, but also for the other companies that they're volunteering with this free service. So as you were mentioning that we're able to morph and to change, I believe that you have to be willing to find different alternatives. I would like to say, like, we have to be like water,
Yes.
Like
flow.
You have to flow like water. If you drop water to the top of a crack, you will find a way somehow to get to the bottom.
Because we are not cookie cutting, right? You are not cookie cutting, right? If you're cookie cutting within the large corporation, you need to stick to the same shape of cookie all the time, but you are not within that.
We're flexible.
Yes, very good, very good. I mean, very good. Yeah, that's also very helpful to your client. So I believe that you can create and build a lot of meaningful partnership relationship with your client. Yeah, I can feel that. Okay, last question. My last question is, what is your vision with Diego? I mean, what is your long-term vision?
I think that actually we recently changed our logo. Before it was Diego Meneses Design, now it's Diego Meneses. And there is a reason for that, because I'm opening the opportunities in the future to include, diversified into any other direction that could at the end.
Beyond the design.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it doesn't have to go like that far away from here.
Right.
But it could be a compliment, I won't say, I mean, maybe in the future we might actually look into marketing, for example, because it could be a great added value to our service. Not just marketing for marketing, but especially marketing intelligence in ways that we can help, the companies to get valuable information that they can use later to design and develop products, and even to release it to the market later on. That could be a great benefit. And if we invest in something like this in the future, could actually help, both of our businesses. So yeah, I'm open for what the future could bring. So that's why that's why we changed from Diego Meneses Design, like the big icon, to DM, Diego Meneses, and just underneath here says Diego Meneses Design, but maybe we have marketing will be underneath the DM, Diego Meneses Marketing. Who knows? Or something else. We're open for that. And and even if you see our logo, everything is black and white. The only colorful thing are the things that we design, because as I was mentioning earlier, there is no intention for us to push one specific style or design language or vision or something. We always like to enhance the vision and the design language of the brand that we're designing for. So we're kind of like a neutral partner helping the company.
Very good. So even about the long-term vision, you are flexible. You flows like water.
Yeah, like water.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much taking time to sharing your interesting entrepreneur journey. And I feel that that's a very cool business. You have a lot of potential to work with, help your client in Asia. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, David, for inviting me. It was a pleasure, sharing all this information with you and your audience. And hopefully, if some of your audience they might need, solutions in this particular sector that is design, they can come to us, and we'll be happy to help them.
Certainly. Also, I'll keep that in mind if I come across any, company, whether large, small, medium, but that they are lacking in the designing, commercial designing capability, or that they need to improve their product in a way to appeal to the consumer. I'll let you know. Yeah.
That's right. That's perfect.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, share with a friend, and drop me a review. Goodbye.